Undirected team. How's it going, y'all? I am Dotsale, the undirected guy. We're gonna jump right into this. And actually, you know what? We're gonna cue this music up. I'm probably going to get a copyright on this video for the music, but I don't care. I'm not doing this for the money. This right here, team, is to defend an iconic character that has defended us so much throughout his life that we're forever in debt to him. And most recently in Sonic 3, the movie that we're going to be discussing and defending Sonic against, like he did for us against this villain with his awful take. That is Jordan Hoffman. This guy over here right in the corner of the screen right here, him, this clown, we're gonna have to get him. Now, he wrote an opinion piece, cool, whatever. But let's just read what he had to say real quick. Just in his headline, this is his words, not mine. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is the worst kids movie in years. This is an awful take. And it goes past an opinion piece to me. It's slanderous, and this came out before the movie actually launched. Now, I was gonna go see the movie anyways, which I have. But he also took a strange shot at Malcolm X that you'll see over here in the corner, so we're gonna discuss that too. But before we get to all of that, we're gonna start here, all right? And we will get to that in a little bit. But we gotta talk about a few things, team. All right. We're gonna look at this list of iconic video game characters, and this list is very shady. I mean, Lara Croft at number 1. I mean, there's a lot that I can talk about of why that is crazy and possibly the type of person that made this. I love you. But that's not really the focal point of this. The focal point is Jordan Hoffman and his awful take on Sonic, but let's just look at some of the characters that we've had. Mario, Agent 47, which is actually high on the list for me. I like Agent 47. Should not be above Sonic, but that's just me. But I would probably put him top 5. It's tough though. You know what? I don't even know if I put my list in order. I really don't know. Like, Crash is up there. I don't know how this guy doesn't have Mega Man on his list. I don't see Samus Aran on his list. Pikachu's too low. And even people kind of got at him. You see people threw Banjo-Kazooie in there. They got Mega Man, obviously someone I just referenced. And you'll go through and you'll see people saying that the list is terrible. And it is. It truly is. I mean, we can go down and I mean, Spyro's not there. Link. Was Link even on that list or did we miss him? Yeah, Link's got to be on there. Did he put more people on there? He put more people on there. Luigi, I don't know if Luigi should be on the list. I mean, he should be, but you know, that's a little bit strange. But we can go on, right? That's not the main point, right? When we think about Sonic, you know, we're gonna go through his timeline real quick. So I got it kind of queued up here. We're gonna graze over Sonic and what he's done. You can go over here and look in the corner right here. I'm gonna zoom this in real quick for us, team. Actually, let me see if I can widen this out a little bit. Not gonna let me widen it out. Let's see if I can go that way. All right, that's not gonna work. All right, we'll do it like this. No, I didn't want to do that. I will go right here. All right. First, gonna have to figure it out like this. So, actually, see, I don't want to tease the movie, but I waited to actually put this out for a while after the movie's been out. The movie has now been out for over a few weeks, so if you haven't seen it yet, there will be slight spoilers in here. I'm not going to give away the whole movie, but I will reference some lines in the movie that made the movie great to basically contradict and go against what this fool said about the movie. But let's just look at Sonic and see what he's done throughout his career. Now, the logo for Sonic has changed. And since 2008, it's looked like this right here. But I think we can actually go through and look at the logos. Let's see, do we got the logos? Is it the logos first? Yeah, the logos are first. Okay, so this is what we all remember. If you remember Sonic back in 1991, that was the logo that was on the very first game, and we'll see that a little more as we go through. This logo right here, this 98 logo, I did not like this one. I thought the 92 through 97 logo was pretty dope. The US versus the Japan logo were these first top two. I like the US logo a lot more. No bias. The 2001 to 2004 is kind of weird. I think 2008 through present through now is, I don't know. I feel like logos have got a lot worse in everything, including sports. We're gonna go here and we're gonna look at some history, but we're not gonna read through all of this because it'll distract from the focal point of the video. That is this movie Critic. But I do wanna look at some of the characters real quick before we get into it. So we have Sonic himself right here, introduced in 1991 of June. And we'll just talk about it. Sonic is the fastest thing alive, and he possesses incredible super speed and numerous other abilities that are known to be based on breakdancing. He uses these skills to save the world from Dr. Eggman. He is impatient, laid back, confident, cool-headed, and always on the lookout for an adventure, as well as to help anyone in need of rescuing. And then, real name, Dr. Ivo Robotnik. Eggman is Sonic's arch nemesis and the series' main villain. He is extremely intelligent, pompous, bad-tempered, egg-shaped, and has a giant red-brown mustache. Eggman is an expert in robotnics with an IQ of 300, whose goal is to conquer the world and build the Eggman Empire. However, Sonic and his friends always stand in his way. In many cases, he is ironically outdone by his own plans. Yeah, classic villain, right? So we won't read through everybody else, but you see Tails here. Amy Rose, which was teased in the movie at the end. Sonic the Hedgehog, Metal Sonic came in 1993. He was also teased at the end with Amy Rose. Looking forward to Sonic 4, absolutely. Knuckles. A lot of these characters didn't even get shown in the movie, so I think they'll actually bring a lot of these characters in. Vector the Crocodile would be really dope to see. Obviously, Shadow, what movie 3 was based off of. Movie 3 was based off of Sonic Adventure 2. So, you know, when you see that, we got Rogue the Bat. And we didn't see a lot of these movies yet show themselves in the movie series, but hopefully we'll get them eventually. And then we're just gonna lastly look at, you see right here, we got Super Sonic, which he has made appearances in the movie Gold Sonic. But we'll just go to video games before we move on from this part. Now, this is what we all remember. This is how Sonic was invented. He was not a movie character at first. He was first invented here in 1991. The success of the first game actually had the second game be released shortly thereafter, which the second game is incredible. One of my favorites. All right. You got Sonic on Game Gear, Sonic Chaos. Now, I'm actually such a Sonic fan, and I've played all the Sonic games where I have played Sonic Pinball. I had it on Game Gear. I had Sonic Pinball on Game Gear. Sonic 3 was incredible. Sonic and Knuckles, incredible game. Sonic Labyrinth, Sonic Blast, Sonic 3D, Sonic R, which was a little strange. Sonic Adventure was when it got into the 3D series of Sonic, was in Sonic Adventure. And Sonic Adventure 2, this is what the movie was based on. This right here is what Sonic 3 is based on, okay? And you can see that, well, I can't show you right now. Sonic DX, Sonic Superhero or Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Riders, and we can keep going down. We'll get all the way to Sonic Frontier at some point. Sonic the Hedgehog 4. I don't remember this game. I didn't play this one. Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations. We're just having fun looking at all Sonics. Sonic Mania, Sonic Racing. Sonic Frontiers is the latest mainline game of Sonic, which I got. I have not actually completed it. I got about halfway through the game. I need to actually complete it. I did buy it on launch. I supported it. I bought it at full price, although now you can get it extremely cheap. I bought it when it came out at, I think it was $59.99, maybe $49.99, but I bought it whatever it was at. Is this, oh, maybe this ain't the, okay. Sonic Shadow Event. I don't think I got this one. Oh, this came out in 2024. Okay, I need to check that one out. But anyways, that's just going with Sonic and just, you know, a little bit about how legendary he is. Now, we're going to get right into it, team. And we are going to talk about this review. But first, we're going to read it in full. And we're going to start here. There's a moment in every writer's life when they ask, why didn't I go to law school? For me, it was a Tuesday night in New York City, surrounded by kids hopped up on complimentary Sour Patch Kids, watching Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This animation and live action hybrid is a loud, mirthless, chaotic, and confusing affair, entirely devoid of soul or wit. This is a movie you take your 9-year-old nephew to when he won't shut up about Pokemon and you need something to occupy him for a few hours before you lose your mind. Outside of that context, it is entirely worthless. You know, that's one of the worst takes I've ever heard. And you know why, team? Because not only is the movie not worthless, but it actually has so many takeaways from it that can make you a better human being. It's insane. It teaches you how to deal with loss, how to process it. It gives you plenty of family values that can actually come into play at a different point. Now, I don't know about this guy. I don't know about this guy Hoffman, but we're going to look at him a little bit and realize that he doesn't look like he has kids. So I would think that a guy like this is possibly anti-kids. I gotta think so. Especially with a take like this. Because he's irritated with his nephew that won't shut up about Pokemon, but why should his nephew shut up about Pokemon? There's absolutely no reason for him not to talk about Pokemon. I'm not even gonna go over outside of the view of the camera and show you that I have almost every Pokemon game ever invented. I also have, well, it's a whole nother story. Maybe I should do a tour. Maybe I should do a tour of all my things that I have game related, because I'm looking at a lot of cool stuff just outside of frame. But that's not what we're going to talk about now. How he starts this out is completely pathetic. IMO. And remember, this is an opinion piece by him, so I have my opinion about him and his take, which I think is terrible. The movie is out on December 20th. Remember, he's seen the movie early. I don't know how he got early access. If I could have early access, I would have. I seen it 4 days after it came out. It came out Friday, I believe. I seen it on Tuesday regardless. So I seen it about 3 or 4 days after it came out. I'm making this roughly 10 days after it came out because I didn't want to say this too early because I will have spoilers in here, which you've already seen when I referenced Amy earlier and the Robot Sonics, but we're going to continue to go. Stars the voices of Ben Schwartz as Sonic, the hyper blue hedgehog from outer space, a pale imitation of Bugs Bunny or Woody the Woodpecker in the lovable jerk cartoon animal department. His two buddies are Tails, a yellowish fox voiced by Sonic veteran Colin, I can't pronounce her name, Shaughnessy, and Knuckles, a red enchada voiced by Idris Elba, who did an amazing job, might I say. You know what's funny is when Idris Elba actually was doing the character voiceovers, he was wearing big knuckle hands. Like, that's actually a thing. Look it up. When he's in there, he's got big knuckle hands. Who was admittedly a little amusing. Okay. Their playtime of running around in circles to a modernized version of German pop star Netta's 1983 hit 99 Loft Balloons is interrupted when a secret military group called Gun, G-U-N, the good guys, I think. Oh, he's saying they're the good guys. Coerce the three rodents. Come on, bro. Into a service because another furry from space is causing trouble in Japan. Just the backhanded language that he chooses to refer to, because they all are actually not rodents, because fox is not a rodent. Tails is a fox. They're associated with the wolf. A fox is associated with the wolf family. Am I right on that? If I'm wrong, let me know. So, that would be Shadow, a darker blue hedgehog. A darker blue hedgehog? Okay. Who has been kept in a tank for 50 years, voiced by Keanu Reeves, speaking slowly with great importance. Shadow came to Earth on a meteor and was exploited by the government because his great speed could power vast turbines, but now he's free and he's pissed. There's a big battle in Japan that involves lasers flying all over the screen. Then, after some Japanese marshmallows sing the Jackson 5's I Want You Back, the trio joins forces with their former nemesis, the Eggman, aka Dr. Ivo Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, who has pretty much stopped appearing in studio movies except for the Sonic franchise, which is true, has decided on a performance style that I suppose you could politely call a choice. It mainly consists of sticking his belly out and doing a voice that sounds like Robin Williams at his most zany crossed with the I Got Starbies girl. What else did it remind me of? Let me think. Oh yeah, that time I had to see a doctor for an inflamed hemorrhoid. It reminded me of that. Let me show you what this guy looks like real quick. And why we'll believe him that he has inflamed hemorrhoids. Oh, it looks like he actually uploaded something to his IG. Let's see what it is. The hell is this? Okay, not interesting. I didn't even know he had this up. Let's look at the guy with inflamed hemorrhoids. Yeah, this is inflamed hemorrhoids guy. That's an accurate description from him. Disgusting human being. Okay, let's finish. Anyways, for a while, you think Dr. Robotnik is good. No, nobody ever thought that. But then he turns out to be bad. Especially when his grandfather, also played by Carrey, shows up. The two team with Shadow to conquer the world. Robotnik the younger gets a musical dress-up montage set to Firestarter by The Prodigy. Then the two get an extended dance number set to Galvanize by the Chemical Brothers. It was at this point I popped out of the auditorium for a moment to get my complimentary Sour Patch Kids. Not surprised at that. We're talking about the needle drops. Shadow has a flashback to 50 years ago in which a character turns on a record player and we hear End of the Line by Traveling Wilburys, which was actually released 36 years ago. Steam was coming out of my ears on that one. Really? So a song that got released 36 years ago, they play because it goes along with the theme of what they're trying to present. And you're having an issue over a 14-year difference based off when they said that it was 50 years ago. I mean, sure, they could have actually said it was 35 years that he's been locked in the tank and clearly changed that, but who's really looking at something or getting upset about that? Steam coming out your ears? I'm gonna leave that one alone because I'm trying to keep this PG because it's a PG movie. Our team of good guys, which also includes James Marsden and Tika Sumpter as humans, two excellent actors by the way, has to pull off a Mission Impossible-like heist that involves running around the major tourist destinations in London. They all fight in space and shoot more lasers at one another. The jokes, such as they are mostly characters talking like internet memes. It could be kind of true. Sonic offers praise by declaring 10 out of 10 no notes and angry foiled Robotnik curses. Damn you, autocorrect. Again, your 9-year-old nephew may be amused, but he may not notice when Sonic in a heated moment quotes Malcolm X. Seriously? This may be a sly reference to a recent inclusion of a different Malcolm X quote in a Sonic game soundtrack. I'm not joking about that either. What he's talking about is I'll pull it up for you. I got it right here, team. I got it right here. So this guy actually had this to say. Why is this dude pressed that a Malcolm X quote is in a Sonic Rush song? And he actually references this guy's terrible take. So in Sonic Rush, at the end of the game, they quoted Malcolm X and they used one of his lines. Let's see if we can find a line. It was the Wrapped in Black final boss theme of Sonic Rush. Yeah. And I'm trying to see if we could find a quote. Let me see. Let's see if we can find a quote. Oh, this guy's a loser. Yeah, it was sample one of his civil rights speeches. What's wrong with that? Writer just doesn't understand the concept of love or the will of the people. And this is right here. Oh yeah, too black, too strong. Why are you upset about that, dog? Why would he be upset about something like that? So, just shows credence to the type of guy this is. He's not a good human being at all. All right? You can see the diversity that is in Sonic with the white man and black woman couple. I'm fine with it. I don't care. I think it's great. I don't want to sound like a curmudgeon. Oh, it's too late for that. But you sound much worse than that. But this man is truly rotten. What? I don't know who he's talking. Is he talking about Malcolm X? I don't get that part. And I hope that's not what he's doing, because I'll take this to a whole nother level on disrespect to this dude. You do not disrespect the great Malcolm X. Now, we're going to continue to go on because I'm trying to get through this. If you want to see a terrific recent animated film aimed at preteens, check out last summer's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. That one's funny, creative, and has a great look. It is pitiable corporate sludge. Oh, this is pitiable corporate sludge. But by hitting the theaters over Christmas break and considering the success of the previous two entries, it may make a ton of dough. No need to hedge your bets on that one. And that's it. This is one of the worst takes I've ever heard on a movie, ever in my life. It's not even close to accurate. So, we're going to take time, Sue. Excuse me, team. Reading that made me sick. I had to blow my nose real quick. It made me just like all sinusy. I got a couple lines from the movie that were great. There was a Pikachu reference in the movie where they referenced Tails, the fox, which is not a rodent, as Pikachu lookalike, which was dope. Dr. Eggman turning on himself was incredible. There was great pun lines where there was Dr. Robot Stink. It was hilarious. I thought that was hilarious. Porcupine was hilarious. When the grandpa was Santa, I thought that was great. The Robotniks dancing. The gravity room sliding across the floor was a crazy scene. I don't want to give the scenes up too much. I don't want to go into deep detail about it. The emotions when Tom got hurt, I thought was incredible. You know, Tom got injured in the movie, and I thought it was great. I was actually thinking too, like Knuckles and Sonic actually remind me of Goku and Vegeta. Another set of characters I have just outside of screen that I have two exclusive action figures of them that I got at the Mall of America when they brought out the Daima series, and they had the whole showcase out there at the Rotunda in the Mall of America, and I got action figures for me and the undirected kids. They got a Goku and Vegeta as well when they were out there. That video's up on one of my lives if you want to go back there and watch it. Of us at the showcase or exhibit. You can call it an exhibit. You know, the life lessons in movies is crazy. There was actually a quote that I was watching it in real time and I was trying to write down some of this stuff and I forgot it, but turn your enemies into your allies I thought was great. And there was this thing where they basically said like getting revenge on somebody doesn't actually do anything fulfilling for you or help you. And I actually agreed with that a lot. I think people don't realize that getting revenge does not actually make you feel better like people think that it does. I thought the writers of this movie were amazing. Like I truly did. The I captain, where they were in a military base, but he gave us a sailor quote. I mean, there's just so much. I gotta watch the movie again. Remember, like I watched this like over a week ago, and my breakdown of the movie is actually a 9.5 out of 10. I would actually call it a 10 out of 10, but I just got to leave a little room in there just because giving it a 10 out of 10, I mean, there has to be some things in there that weren't right, but I would say on my initial watch, it was a 10 out of 10, and I'm looking forward to watching it again sometime soon. But I gotta annihilate this sludge and this terrible, awful frog neck, slimy, disgusting human that he is. Now, team, I do want to know what y'all think about this. Did I have anything else? Oh, so he said that this is the worst kids movies, one of the worst kids movies in years. I actually pulled this up because I was wondering what some of the worst kids movies were. So we're gonna go through a couple of these slides and we'll kind of wrap it up. But I want to look at what people are saying that some of the worst kids movies are. Well, we got DC Superhero Girls. This came out in 2017. And people are saying this is number one of one of the worst movies. Puppy, Transylvania Short, A Fairly Odd Summer, The Oogie Loves in the Big Balloon Adventure, The Last Airbender, The Nutcracker in 3D, Thomas and Friends, Food Fight, Airmaster, Tom and Jerry, and The Wizard of Oz. That is a weird combination. Woody Woodpecker. How can you mess up Woody Woodpecker? I don't know. The Emoji Movie. I think that was very terrible. I didn't watch it, but I heard terrible things about it. I think I've seen some clips of it. Alvin and the Chipmunks. And it goes on. Saving Christmas. Pokemon the movie. Was it really that bad? I didn't watch this. 2013? Yeah, I didn't watch that. And it goes on. We got another one right here. The Emoji Movie shows up right away. Happily Ever After 2006. Zoom 2006. Getting Even with Dad. That's not necessarily animated. Baby Genius. That looks terrible. They gave it a Rotten Tomato score of 2%. That is awful. Daddy Day Camp. Problem Child got a 0. This is funny. Just looking at this picture right here is hilarious. I damn near want to watch this one. Problem Child 1990. I gotta know how you can get a 0. I actually would not mind watching that just for the... Sometimes terrible things are funny to me. The Nutcracker in 3D, we're getting that again. Super Babies, Baby Genius. They're saying this is the worst movie ever in 2002. Yeah, I would never watch that. And let's look at one more. I don't know what this is. These movies aren't even that bad. The Grinch, Lorax, Lion King, Angry Birds, Movie 2, The Minions. These are not bad movies. But it says worst animated films of 2010. So these people have some weird takes. I was going to go into the Reddit one too and just get some sentiment from the actual people. Like that aren't like actual like professionals in air quotes. Because these guys are not professionals. But you see Alvin and the Chipmunks is on there. So everybody agrees on that. And, you know, so there's a lot going on. Lastly, on Jordan. He says that he has been basically writing his whole life. And being a writer and being a movie critic, I assume are on the same... They're similar to the same... Well, they're not the same thing, but... To be a movie critic, you'd have to be a writer. Although, I guess you can do it in videos and not write it out. But I don't think he's capable of it. Now he's a freelance in the entertainment field. And Vanity Fair, The Guardian, the AV Club, New York Daily News. So, the New York Times, Los Angeles Times. Like, these people are all giving him a platform to spew his... disgusting rhetoric, and I think it's egregious. I would never call for somebody's job, but this guy needs to be he needs to have somebody to hold him accountable. Now lastly, we'll just go through his Twitter and see how much of a loser he is. Right, this is the guy that we're talking about here that dares criticize and talk terrible about Sonic. It's unacceptable. He's a complete creep. And I don't like him, team. I don't like him. And to be honest, for him to talk about a Sonic movie and he looks like he could play Eggman just based off his body's shaped like an egg right there. Is his body not shaped like an egg? Am I tripping? Throw a mustache on him, he looks like Robotnik more than Carrie. Team, some people like Jordan Hoffman need to be giving criticism right back at him. All right, now this guy is nobody on every level, but he was able to get his garbage onto sites like Newsbreak, which they're kind of not necessarily, Newsbreak's a little weird, but it's on the Daily Beast. They got 458,000 followers, and the Daily Beast is a known publication. And here he is on, well, that's Daily Beast again, but I think this made it on TV Guide as well. So it's just unacceptable, team. I had to put this out. I want to know what y'all think about this. I will never ever think about this guy again after this. He's completely dead to me. And I never want to hear another one of his takes again. The Sonic movie was absolutely incredible. And I'm looking forward to Sonic 4. If you have not seen the Sonic movie and you have any realm of interest in this genre of music in the video game character field, seeing Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and or the whole series, if you have not seen it yet, is imperative that you do so. Now, lastly, I just want to talk about, and we'll go into undirected perspective. We're going to go light for this just because I would never let this guy make something dark for me. We need a Mega Man movie, like the Sonic movie. We're going to be looking for a follow-up to the Mario movie, but there's so many great characters that we would like to get a movie from. I know Pikachu's giving us a movie. I think Detective Pikachu was out. But did Solid Snake got a movie? Hitman did give us 2 movies. Thankful of that. Did we get 2 movies from Hitman? We did get 2, didn't we? I actually want to go back and watch those. You know, a lot of these characters, they do mess them up a lot of times. If you remember Mario, before they did the most recent one, the animated Mario, he had some terrible movies out before. Like they had the actual live action Mario, which was all bad. Oh, well, Detective Conan, he's my favorite anime character, but he's not a video game character. Oh yeah, I can't really add him in. Honorable mention. Team, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I had to put this out. I had to talk about this because it's important. We can't allow people to get away with stuff like this and talk about things like this and go unchecked. Even if they're nobody, it doesn't matter. We don't run from a fight. We don't run from a challenge. And we don't let anybody disrespect our beloved video game characters. And that's it. So we're going to get out of here, team. I appreciate y'all. I want to hear what y'all have to say. Actually, I think I'm going to run. You know, I got all the Sonic games on the Genesis. Well, 1, 2, 3, and I think Knuckles. Did Knuckles come out on that? I think I got Sonic and Knuckles on it too. I definitely got 1, 2, and 3. I think I'm going to run through those games real quick. I think I'm going to just like binge play them real quick and just knock them all out. I could probably beat all the games in like less than a week. Like honestly, I don't think I've played Sonic since It's probably been like 6-7 years since I ran through the games. And some of them I never even beat all the way through. I think I beat 2 all the way through and 3. I don't think I've ever beat the first one all the way through, strange enough. Maybe it was 2 I didn't. I'm gonna go back and look. Anyways, I appreciate y'all, team. I'm out of here. Stop this one. Yeah.